All right, y'all. I want to thank y'all for joining me here at the Rolling Grill. Today we have a good one. It's about to start getting cold. It's fall time. Today we're gonna cook a Thai green curry coconut lentil soup right here on the Rolling Grill. Yeah, boy! All right, we have a white onion. We have three white potatoes. I wouldn't use Idaho. I definitely use white potatoes. They break down better. We have salt, pepper, garlic right here. Also has a little cayenne pepper in it. We have coconut milk. Good stuff. We got some Thai seasoning. You can find this in most of your grocery stores now. It's really good stuff. I just started using it. And it has cilantro and red peppers and all that good stuff in it. Then we got the green curry paste. Good stuff you can find in the store. We got the chicken bouillon. If you have chicken stock, use chicken stock. If you want to go vegan, just use vegetable stock. And this is what we're going to use to make this soup. All right, so what we're going to start with, we're going to start with our white potatoes. And you just want to, we're just going to do some small dices. Nothing too big. I just cut them down the middle like this, stack them on top of each other, and then I go right down the middle one time, turn them to the side, and just make some small dices. And that's all you want to do with these potatoes. All right, next up is the onions. I'm gonna use a whole white onion, and just a basic dice, not too big, not too small. You don't want it to disintegrate. You do want to know that you have an onion in there when you eat it. And just some small dices. I'm gonna use the whole white onion. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all these vegetables cut up. Then I'll come back and we'll go to the next step. Stay tuned. All right, in a heavy stock pot, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We got a medium high heat going right now. Next up, we want to add our white onion, and we're going to add the whole white onion. It may seem like a lot, but we're going to add a lot of lentils to the soup, so it's all going to balance itself out. All right, next up, after we add the white onions, we're going to add this Thai chili seasoning. Again, you can find it in most of your big box grocery stores. If not, you could totally leave it out and just work with the curry paste. But this right here, we're going to add 2 tablespoons. We're going to mix this in real good. Try to cook out the rawness. We'll move on to the next step. All right, our vegetables have been cooking for about 5 minutes now. Now it's time to add some garlic powder. If you got fresh garlic, by all means add fresh garlic. But garlic powder to me works just as good. All right, also going to add a little bit of heat to it. We're going to put a little bit of crushed red pepper. Add as much as you like. I think a little bit of heat goes great with this soup. And then we want to add some ground thyme. If you don't have ground, of course you can use regular dried thyme, and that's probably about a half a teaspoon. And then we're just gonna mix them up. Again, we're just trying to cook all of the flavor into these onions. We want to try to knock out any kind of rawness and trying to, we basically want to open up these spices. And then next up, we're gonna go ahead and add in the potatoes. You want to go ahead and add the potatoes in. This is like, again, 4 white potatoes. Then we're going to mix all these up real good. We want to get all that flavoring around the potatoes as well. It's a process. Now everything has to have some flavor. So if you do it up front instead of trying to add all the flavoring at the end, you'll make sure everything is seasoned real good. And then the green curry paste. It's time for that. Again, we're putting it in now. We want to cook out the rawness. We're going to start with 1 tablespoon. And actually, we're going to start with 2 tablespoons, but I'm going to add them in there one at a time. And again, mix it up. You want to get all the potatoes, all the onions. That's my 2 tablespoon right there. We're going to go ahead and mix this in real good. And then we'll be back with the next step. We're going to let this sit on the stove and let this cook for probably about 5 minutes as well. All right. Now it is time to add the green lentils. Now this is 18 ounces of green lentils. Please be sure to wash those off before you add them. But this is 18 ounces, a little over a pound of lentils, and we're gonna work those in real good. If you don't want, I probably should have pulled back a little bit, but hey, we're gonna roll with the whole box. 18 ounces of lentils it is. This is a big stock pot, so it can handle it. All right, so now that we have those lentils worked in there with the potatoes and the onions and all the other seasonings, all right, now it's starting to start adding in our chicken bouillon. And I'm probably gonna add about, this is probably about a half a cup of chicken bouillon. Again, you wanna start slow because you don't want to make it salty, and we're gonna work this in as well. Like I said, if you're gonna do vegan, then of course you might want to leave this out and just use some vegetable powder or whatever. But after that, now it's time to go into the liquid. So we're gonna add 1 cup of coconut milk. This is not fat-free coconut milk. This is full coconut milk. And I got this one from Kroger. Kroger actually has a really good brand of coconut milk. And we're just gonna work this in there real good. Again, we're starting off small. We're gonna work it in there real good. It's a lot of lentils, but we'll be able to handle it with this pot right here. And then next up, we're gonna start off with 4 cups of water. Again, if you were adding chicken broth, then this is where your chicken broth or your vegetable broth will go. 4 cups of water. We're gonna work that in real good, and we're gonna put this back on the heat. Let this cook down. Before you do that, though, you definitely want to taste it. Make sure your seasons are right, because all of this moisture is going to absorb into those lentils. So if your broth and your broth isn't right, then of course your lentils are going to be um, tasteless. So make sure you taste it before you put the top on and let it cook down. So if the taste is right, then we're just gonna let it sit here for about 25 minutes. We'll be back and check it in a minute. All right, y'all. Had to switch cameras. All right, so I am gonna add the rest of this Thai seasoning. So that would probably come out to, like, I probably added a total of maybe 3 tablespoons of this totally. So I added 3 tablespoons of this. Let it focus. The Thai seasoning. And I added a total of 3 tablespoons of this, and I just added an additional 1, so that gives me a total of 3. And so now I'm just gonna bring it up to heat, bring it up to a slow simmer. Oh man, let my camera getting foggy. I'm gonna bring it up to a slow simmer, and then we'll cut the heat down and just let it cook for about 30 minutes. So y'all stay tuned. Look at that, man. Oh my god, that's gonna be some good eating right there. All right, be back in a minute. All right, it's starting to come up to a simmer. And just a note, I actually added another tablespoon of this, so it gave me 4 tablespoons total. Just play around with it. Basically add to your taste. If you want that more green curry taste, add more. And if you want less, then add less. But this is what it looks like. It's like a paste. But man, I'm telling you, the longer this sit after I cook it, like, this is gonna be good the next day, and the next day. So since I have the potatoes in there, they've got to cook down some. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my heat down, put a little top on it, and just let it cook through, like I said, for about 25-30 minutes. So y'all stay tuned. All right, it has been 25 minutes. Come in here and check on it. Trying to keep the camera away from the steam. Look at that. Come on, man. Let's let the camera cool off for a minute. All right. So it's been 25 minutes. I just want to taste it real quick, see where we are as far as tenderness and all that good stuff. All right. Not there yet. I'm gonna let it keep on going. I'm actually gonna add probably about a cup or so of water, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, initially I added 4 cups of water. That's an additional cup of water right there. So I'm gonna close this back up, and I'm gonna let it go for another 15 minutes before I check it again. So hang on in there with me, man. Yeah, boy. All right, y'all, and after 45 minutes, here we go. Man, look at that. Potatoes are nice and soft. The lentils are nice and cooked through. They've got a nice little gravy to them. That's how I like mine. I don't like mine soupy. And man, look at that. Man, you talking about some good eating. Oh my goodness. If you've never had lentils, please give them a try, especially green lentils. Like I said, the red ones can tend to just dissolve when you cook them. Look at that. Let me let the camera refocus a little bit. back up off the pot. I want y'all to see this. Look at that. Yes, sir. That's some good fall weather eating right there. So let's go ahead and plate it up. All right, y'all. We are back. It has been a total of 45 minutes. Now let me walk you through what I've done to make adjustments. Instead of adding 1 can of coconut milk, I've added 2. All right. I also added the remainder of this green curry paste. So I added the whole container. This is 4 ounces worth. Now remember, I started with 18 ounces of beans, a little bit over a pound. So, and I also added 2 additional cups of water. So a total of 6 cups of water, 2 cans of coconut milk, 1 4-ounce container of the green Thai curry, and a little adjustment on some salt. And I think we got it, y'all. I think we got it. It's creamy. I don't know if you can see it over there on the camera. I'm gonna get a close in with another camera. But it's ready to go, y'all. So let's go ahead and plate it up, and I'll let y'all see what it look like. All right, so let's go ahead and plate up. I'll be sure to get a close up on this. But man, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-wee. Green curry, Thai green curry, coconut lentils. Delicious. I'm gonna fill it all the way up. Delicious. And all I do is take a good extra virgin olive oil and just hit it with a few drizzle of that. Voila, magic. All right, folks, and there you have it. Like I say, I just take a few drizzles of olive oil. What you talking about? Some good eating. Oh my gosh, this is full of flavor. Perfect for the fall time. Just perfect. Doesn't take as long to cook traditional beans like black eyed peas, pinto beans, stuff like that. Doesn't take as long. Quick, easy. You can add any kind of vegetables you want to it. Like I said, if you want to do a vegan, then totally take out the chicken stock. Just add vegetable stock and load up on your green curry, and you are good to go. So let's give it a taste. All right, guys. Hope y'all can see me. Matter of fact, this is so hot, I'm gonna put it on a plate. But let's go ahead and give it a taste. And like I said, the longer this sits, the better it gets. Man, you can smell that curry, man. Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Perfect, man. Perfect. The potatoes, perfect. Cooked good. Cooked through. White potatoes cook a little bit quicker, so I would definitely go with those, or go with sweet potatoes. Perfect, man. So I want to thank y'all for joining me at the Rolling Grill. As always, good food, good vibes, good lentil soup, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.